What's in the box?
Nerd!
Hello and welcome to another What's in the Box, where I go through my storage and grab a box and we go through it and see what's inside. And this one's really heavy, so this one's going to be all my coffee table books, so bear with as I jump cut to me putting this down, because you don't want to see me struggle with this. And I'm back. That's a really heavy box. All my books, they're all hardbacks, so that was a bit of an effort to get through. So let's go through and see what I've got. I have the DC Vault. I love a coffee table book. I love to just sit there with a coffee and just go through these beautiful hardback books from DC Comics. They're not comics, you know, they tell the history of the books, they tell the history of the characters and things like that. I enjoy a good read like that. It's where my knowledge comes from, because I don't read about every single character in their titles, so I read about them in books like this. The Vault is absolutely fantastic, because not only is it a history of DC Comics, it actually comes with little collectibles that you can actually take out. You get little extra comics and little pages and stuff, and you can take this all out and you get to see like sketches that you just wouldn't normally see, and you get like certificates and letters. You get to see what the fan letters would have been if you'd have joined the fan club and stuff like that. It's absolutely fantastic. I think it's still pretty cheap actually, if you can get hold of it. The amount of extras you get in this book, fantastic, and the cover art's by Alex Ross, so what's not to love? So I'm going to pop that there. Oh, I also have Dr. Seuss Classics, because who doesn't love Dr. Seuss? And it's a really nice hardback. It's got the Cat in the Hat. The Cat in the Hat comes back, Green Eggs and Ham, Fox in Socks, and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So you've got to read How the Grinch Stole Christmas every year, haven't you? I have Superman, Our Worlds at War, the earth-shattering saga of the Man of Steel's greatest battle. Worlds at War was actually a really decent story. This is all of it. This is the omnibus, I guess you would say. Sorry for the noise, it's a little bit windy outside. But yeah, this is the omnibus. This is a great story. See the death of Wonder Woman's mother. She dies trying to ward off this galaxy menace, basically, called Parallax, or Farallax, however you want to pronounce it. But yeah, it's a good read. There's a lot to read, but it's a good read. I have DC Comics The Ultimate Character Guide. A few weeks back I did one of my What's in the Boxes, and I found one of these. I found an older version from Pre-New 52. This is 2011, so this is showing you the... Oh no, this is still Pre-New 52. This is the Wonder Woman from issue 600 on. So this is older than my other one, so this is fantastic. Because I also have... Oh, I have two copies because, well, I mean, I guess I got two copies that year. People know what I like for Christmas and they got me two copies. But I have the Percy Jackson box set. I really enjoyed the films, so I got the books, but you can see by the spines I haven't read them. I'm so bad. I wanted to read them, but I got distracted and I never went back, which is terrible because it's actually a really good read. I have Icons by Jim Lee. This is DC Comics and Wildstorm art by Jim Lee. So in this book you are getting nothing but Jim Lee art. I mean, you can open it on any page and there's just gorgeous art on any page of this book. I mean, the man is fantastic. I mean, he doesn't like to finish a story, but he is a very good drawer. So that's fantastic. Is it? Oh yeah, so if you take the dust cover off of the gorgeous Trinity on the cover there, you get a brilliant sketched version, which is, oh, absolutely gorgeous. I love all of these books. Yes, they're in storage, but that's because they've had their time on my shelf. They've had their time on my coffee table. I have the Joker. This is by Daniel Wallace, introductory by Mark Hamill. This is not a hardback, unfortunately, but it's a fantastic history of the Joker, and it comes with an iconic Joker, the Killing Joke, Joker laugh, which is absolutely brilliant. I really enjoy coffee table books because they are what they are. You just pick them up and you just sit there with a cup of tea and you just read. It's fantastic. I have Batman: The World of the Dark Knight. This is another DK book, so it's just a really great history of Batman. It starts all the way back in 1930 or 1939, and it just has covers and it has characters and it has gadgets. And it just tells you about all his stories. It tells you, you've got the Killing Joke there, it tells you all about his greatest books, his greatest victories, his greatest losses. So you don't have to read every single Batman comic to know about Batman. All you have to do is grab a guide like this, because they tell you everything. I have Superman, no I don't, I have Mythos by Alex Ross. So this is The Art of Alex Ross. This is not a hardcover like the Jim Lee one, but this is just full of gorgeous art by the amazing Alex Ross. Again, just like the Jim Lee one, you can just open a page and there's just fantastic art in there by this man who is just phenomenal. I mean, look at that Superman. That is not something a normal human can draw. That is fantastic. I mean, it's just so realistic. But Alex Ross, fantastic. I have, what else do I have? DC Comics: A Celebration of the World's Favourite Comic Book Heroes by Les Daniels. So this is another visual history of the DC universe. It goes from comic books to TV shows to movies, and it tells you all about your favourite characters, all about the most important books. It's even got some, God, it's got Superman 4 with the Nuclear Man in it. But it's awesome. Oh, there's a great Brian Boland Wonder Woman on the back. And Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. The best live action Catwoman. No arguments. I will fight you.
I will fight you.
I have The Ultimate Guide to the Man of Steel. Much like the Batman one, a visual history of Superman from start to finish. This is a really old one though. This is from 2006. So this has no New 52 stuff in it whatsoever. But again, a great way to find out about Superman before DC ruined comics. You know, it's great. I have, what's in here? Oh, that's just some screen protectors. I should actually be flicking through all these books because I do have some missing comics that came through the post. The postman had bent them, so I put them inside a hardback book to straighten them back out, and I've forgotten all about them. But here's a visual history to Wonder Woman as well. This is from 2003, so again, pre-New 52. Fantastic Alex Ross cover there. So this is pre-New 52, so it has nothing to do with the New 52. So this is my favourite era of comic books. So it has the entire history of Wonder Woman, just like the Batman and Superman ones. I also have another Amazon book. It doesn't even have a name. It's all about Wonder Woman, but I don't even know what it's called. It's just called Wonder Woman: The Golden Age. And it's all about the golden age of comic books with Wonder Woman before Crisis on Infinite Earths. Fantastic. I have DC Supervillains: The Complete Visual History. This is from, what year is this from? This is definitely New 52. You can tell by Bizarro, and of course Harlequin down there. So this is post 2011, and it's just a guide to all the villains. Let's just open it on a random page and we'll see who we got. Toyman. And so it just tells you about a different DC supervillain. Good thing about this is it's just villains, so it's a decent size, but it's not too thick because it doesn't have to have all the superheroes and the villains in. Oh, I'm just going on about my comics, about my books. I know. Oh, DC Cover Girls, look at that. Look at that. It's just basically ladies in comics, and I mean, that's what I want, especially in my DC books. I want my ladies. So if we just randomly open it, get an awesome Catwoman cover and a Gotham Girls cover of Barbara Gordon, Batgirl. absolutely fantastic. It shows you some awesome covers in here, and it does make you want to go through and sort of check them off. It's kind of like a shopping list of comics that you want, or that I want, because I just love my DC ladies. I can't help it. And with a great cover like that, I have this Wonder Woman issue, of course, because I have the entire run, but a great Adam Hughes cover. I have another Wonder Woman book. Shocker, I know. Wonder Woman, Amazon Hero Icon by Robert Greenberger. Foreword by George Perez, the guy who brought Wonder Woman back. If you've watched the Nerd Herd where we did Gods and Mortals for Wonder Woman, it was George Perez that did that book. Got a great cover there. And then you get an super old, well, not super old, I mean it's from the 80s, but issue 300 of Wonder Woman on the back there. And again, this is a beautiful visual history. It goes right up to the end of pre-New 52, so this is pre-2010. I can tell you, I know that because I know that artwork straight away. I know the book and the issue that's from, and it's got Countdown in the end. Countdown, it's the last issue it's got, seems to be late 2008, maybe 2009. So that's a great Wonder Woman book. Just open it again on any page to just get some, I mean, absolutely ridiculous. You've got Steve Trevor and someone else fighting over Wonder Woman because they want to marry her. I mean, the times back then, they were a different, yes. But without the dust cover on, it's a really great cover as well. It's really nice and retro looking, and it has just the stars and the red. I have a lot of these books, and I need a pretty big coffee table to have them all on. I have the Marvel Encyclopedia. This is where most of my Marvel knowledge comes from, as I don't read the garbage Marvel's putting out at the moment. So anything after 2012, I don't read Marvel comics from there at all. So I have the Marvel Encyclopedia to help me, and I also have the DC Encyclopedia. Again, Alex Ross cover, look at that, absolutely fantastic. So these are 2008 and 2006 respectively, so fantastic. I also have the DC Year by Year Visual Chronicle. This actually comes not just in a dust cover, but in a box. It's so fancy. I think this is the fanciest one I've got. And finally, I have Wednesday Comics. Nice hardback for Wednesday Comics. This was the newspaper form, and this has all the issues in there, and they're in the actual size. It's a big book to read, as you've got to sort of sit it on your lap, but it's worth it because some of the stories in here are fantastic. The Wonder Woman one's great, the Teen Titans, the Supergirl, Amanda Connor Supergirl's awesome, and the Bermejo Superman there. The Catwoman's decent. Batman, some of them not great, but some of them are really good, and it's well worth it. The size of the book though, if you get the individual issues, they are newspaper and you do still have to roll them out to this size, so maybe get the hardback. But yeah, I think this is my fanciest one, the Year by Year A Visual Chronicle, and that came out in, I don't know the year, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love that. So that's one box of my coffee table books. I do have more somewhere, but we will get to that in another video, I'm sure. But thank you for just looking at some books that I've got. Until next time, take care and stay safe. Bye.
What's in the box? No!